Hi everyone, it's week 13 and for this week I'm going to present my research paper. The topic that I chose was foreign-born faculty and their role in internationalization of the community college here in the US. So the reason I chose this topic is quite simple. I'm a foreign-born, foreign-educated full-time instructor here myself in a private four-year university. So I was not only was I just interested in the experiences of others like myself here in the States, I was also interested in the community college context as well. So I wanted to kind of, profile these faculty, where they're from, their racial, gender, context, what they were teaching, and challenges and experiences that they encounter while they're teaching in the US. And I also wanted to see what community colleges were doing to help internationalize their campus as well. So what I did first of all is I looked at the global context of this topic. We all know that the world is getting smaller, and as a result community colleges have to do more to internationalize their campus. As a response, they have to add this international dimension to their curricula and their activities on campus so that their students can be more globally competent to enter the market when they leave school. With that, I looked at internationalization efforts at community colleges. I mean, they have made efforts to do this with study abroad, faculty exchange, and international student orientation as well in the community college. But despite their efforts, they're not doing enough. Simply, there was 2 studies conducted by the American Council on Education in 2001 and 2005. In 2001, they found that only 23% had an internationally focused course as part of their Gen Ed requirement. They don't seek external funding for internationalization. Well, they're less likely than universities, and they're less likely to have foreign language graduation requirements or study abroad programs. In 2005, they based on 2001 findings, they came up with an internationalization index and kind of rated community colleges by how much they internationalized their campus. 61% of the colleges actually scored low in this study, showed little commitment to internationalization, did not really seek external funding for internationalization, and were unlikely to provide funding for other faculty development opportunities on campus. So, they did make efforts, but it's just simply not enough. I then went on to profile the foreign-born and international faculty. Wells in 2007 used data from the National Study of Post-Secondary Instructors. So we found that 98% were either naturalized citizens or permanent residents. So we showed that not many seem to be getting temporary visas to teach in community colleges compared to universities. 50-50 gender-wise, which was interesting. Racially, we had 66% were white, 22% Asian, and 13% black. So more diversified than universities. They tended to come from the UK, Mexico, Iran, India, and Germany. Like native-born instructors, a high percentage were part-time, and similar percentage were not tenured. They taught in fields like math, statistics, education, nursing, biz, admin, and Spanish. But the most important finding from the study was they were less satisfied than native-born faculty in their position. The second study I looked at in regards to community colleges was from an author called, and please excuse me, I can't pronounce this name properly, Mam Ishveli, in 2011. So this was more recent and, in my opinion, more significant because it was post 9/11. We found that 45.5% were white, so they're becoming more and more diversified as we go on. So the campuses are depending on foreign-born faculty to diversify their campus. 68% were part-time and 56% were not tenured. Foreign-born faculty tend to hold more PhDs than native faculty in community colleges, and were actually less satisfied again than native-born faculty. So that was consistent with Wells' study. I looked at Lynn Pearson Wang's study, 2009, on the university professorate, because I wanted to kind of compare with community colleges, how they were profiled. 71% were men, so a higher percentage of men in universities, but large representation of minorities again. So like community colleges, they want foreign-born instructors to diversify the campus. Less likely to be tenured, so that's similar. They earn higher salaries and publish more, obviously, than community colleges, but faculty, but they actually publish more than American-born faculty as well. Many of them hold PhDs and in positions of research. But again, the most significant finding here was, unlike instructors in community colleges, they were more satisfied in their position than native faculty. What challenges they face? Well, there was two studies that I looked at here. Mainly one was from Alberts in 2008. Issues that came up were the accents of foreign-born faculty. I know sometimes students find my accent kind of difficult sometimes, especially when I speak fast. There's higher expectations of foreign faculty, student reluctance to take classes from foreign faculty because of that, lack of institutional support for faculty who are foreign-born, and levels of frustration with student behaviour. But Alberts concluded that foreign-born faculty could use their foreignness as a resource to internationalise the campus. Gahungu in 2011, so later again, had similar results, qualitative results. He reported that foreign-born faculty were frustrated by students' behaviour. Sometimes they might be rude. Students actually felt disadvantaged from having a foreign instructor. Faculty reported being kind of uneasy in a politically correct system, so worried about anything they say, they might be sued for saying. And a lack of knowledge concerning US academic conventions. I can certainly relate to that. When I first came here, I found it quite difficult to get my head around, things like credit hours and credits and so on. And actually, the grading systems are different here also. Whereas a B might be very highly valued in Ireland, a B here seems to be the end of the world in many cases. Implications for policy and practice. Well, I have three implications here. The first is the turn towards foreign-born faculty for internationalization, to promote global skills like critical thinking, creativity and courage. The first one, really critical thinking, in that critical thinking is more valued, I think, in other countries. For example, having things like multiple choice tests and things like that were unheard of when I went to school. It's more essay type, kind of paper orientated abroad. So that would promote critical thinking. Community colleges really need to introduce mentoring orientation programs for faculty to ease the transition into teaching here in the US. And they also need to highlight the fact that foreignness is a resource for the institution. So, especially with the whole thing with immigration these days, the US is not trying to keep people out; they're trying to actually diversify through many initiatives, especially in education. And then future research. Well, it's obvious from my research that not enough qualitative research has been done on international faculty and community colleges to account for their experiences. This research would be important so that administrators and other faculty can recognize the group, first of all, and realize their potential in internationalizing the campus. So there's too much kind of quantitative done here at the moment. We need more qualitative, and also most of the research is focused on faculty in universities as opposed to community colleges. And we know the community colleges themselves are quite a unique institution here in the US in terms of diversity, you know, and they're linked to the community, how they're funded, etc. So it'd be very interesting to see how international faculty find working in these institutions here in the US. So best of luck to all of you in your topics and your essays, and have a nice Thanksgiving. Thank you.